Hey, what's up, fellow slaves? Before I explain why the mandates are in fact constitutional, I want to say that just because they're constitutional doesn't mean they are morally, ethically, or philosophically just in any way. I also want to say that the mandates being constitutional is yet another reason why we need to either reform this constitution or create an entirely new one and declare our independence from the government that is operating under this current constitution. The king's taxation and treatment of the colonists didn't violate the British law at the time. But the colonists didn't take British law, or any man made law, as being the one true arbiter of truth and justice. They knew British law and the way that they were being treated by their own government had violated certain aspects of their humanity, and they knew that they were entitled by the laws of nature and by certain self-evident truths to free themselves from that government and to create a new government that would better suit them. Anyway, with that said, let me quickly explain why the mandates are constitutional. And to do this, we need only look at the preamble of the Constitution, which says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States." So, right here, it is saying that this Constitution, the purpose of this Constitution and everything in it, and everything that gets amended to it, is meant to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide the common defense, etc. But what this is saying also is not only that this is the purpose of the Constitution, but they're also saying that they can violate any of your human rights or any of the rights that are found within the Constitution and its phony Bill of Rights. They can violate any of those in order to form a more perfect union. And in this case, you can think about property rights and eminent domain laws. Ensure domestic tranquility. In this case of domestic tranquility, you can think about the Patriot Act. To provide the common defense, they can violate your rights to provide the common defense. In this case, you can think about the draft. And of course, they can violate our rights, according to them, to promote the general welfare. So the Constitution, believe it or not, gives them authority to violate our rights for any of those reasons. And this is exactly how they think. They don't think in terms of what's moral, of what's ethical, of what's really just. And this is actually, I'm going to get into the justice. I also want to say this about justice. I want to say that this established justice means that they are creating this Constitution to establish their own justice. That is, a justice that exists outside and apart from the natural law, the laws of nature, and the self-evident truths that this country was founded on. And I don't mean the government like the Constitution was founded on, I mean the actual country, like the Declaration of Independence. But that's a whole nother thing. But this is the truth about our Constitution, that the preamble of the Constitution really allows them to violate our rights, to violate our humanity for any of these reasons. They don't care about having a philosophical debate about what justice is. In our courts, these cocksuckers, they turn off their human emotions, they turn off their thinking faculty, and they just point to this, and they say, look, it's constitutional. And then the sheep all across the land, and they say, okay, they said it's constitutional, and thus we have to let it slide. Anyway, there's a ton more that I can say on this topic, but I'm going to end the video here. If you want to hear more about this topic, you can check out my other video titled "The Truth About the U.S. Constitution."